I think addiction is something that I grew up in. Didn't always know what it was as a young child. My mom was an addict. Her brother was an addict who also died of alcohol and drugs. My mom died in her 40s with an addiction, and she was an addict to availability. When there aren't a lot of resources, you do what's available. And so, everything from alcohol to all the way up to meth, and not understanding what addiction was until later, and then going through the process of what am I doing wrong. I think I've kind of grown from not understanding, being angry, and then also understanding after it's all passed and how I can help others with that experience. So it's been pretty prevalent my entire life. I think it affected me in a way of, first, confusion. How come I didn't have parents? My dad left when I was 6. He was an alcoholic, and he just left when I was 6. I just never saw him again. And so I was sad, but there was just a deeper emotion I didn't understand as a child. Like, I was confused why I didn't have a dad and everybody else did. And then my mom was also dealing with her struggles with drugs and alcohol, but at least she was there, but not in the way of consistency. Her body was there. So I didn't get it early, and I think I was very resentful. Once she got to be an adult, and we were dealing with rehab a lot, and I started to have a little success, and I would have these talks with her, and hey, I think we need to check in. We would go to a rehab, and she would check out quickly because they're not holding her, because they're not putting her in there. And so I would get very upset with her when I would pay all this money, and then she'd check out in 2 days. But I learned then that if she didn't want to do it, it wasn't going to get done. It wasn't my fault. I think I enabled her in a lot of ways. I bought her some land and a trailer, and I thought maybe it'd make it easier. But again, we're talking about learning and growth, and for me, it was with her that I can't fix it. I can be there to support the fix, but I can't fix it. And that's what I tell people a lot now that are going through this, or if I'm talking to groups. It's like, you are there to be a pillar that they can lean on and use for support, but if they don't want to fix it, it ain't gonna get fixed. And I think that's my biggest takeaway with helping folks. I have the addiction gene. I've never had a drink of alcohol or smoked anything. I have it in every other part of my life, and I've just been able to avoid it because I've seen what it can do. That's also taught me a lot. And again, my goal is to make sure people don't feel alone in the same struggle.